and I'm going to talk to you today about what I believe are our two most valuable assets in this business. Number one is yourself, and number two is your social media. If you guys think about how crazy it is that I personally have built my entire Beachbody business from Facebook alone, something that I used to only use to stalk my husband's ex-girlfriends. Just kidding. No, seriously. I now use to run an entire business that will soon support my entire family, which is insane, right? So we need to get smart about how we handle it. You need to think about it as an actual business and have a strategy. So I'm going to take you through those things today. First, I am going to reveal my secret. Okay? This is big. I was nervous about sharing it, but I'm going to do it today. This is my number one secret in the business. Next, I'm going to take you through why it is so important to use your social media to build your tribe or your team. Because we all know that you wouldn't be successful without that team. And that's a very important step, so I'm going to talk about that today. I'm going to talk about posting with a purpose. So it's great, we have a social media outlet, we do posts, we got selfies going on, we have Shakeology pictures, but every single post needs to have a specific purpose and speak to a specific person. I'm going to take you through some do's and don'ts that I had to learn myself the hard way. So I'm going to do you guys a favor and talk about them, get them out of here, solid action steps. And then I'm going to talk about something that's really hard to do, but it's very important, to self-evaluate. Nobody wants to be the one to say, maybe I need to reevaluate what I'm doing, or maybe I need to rethink my steps, but I have found that that is the most valuable thing that I can possibly do for me in my business. So we're going to talk about how to do that. Okay, so I want everyone to close your eyes right now. And I want you to raise your hand. Close your eyes, let's see eyeballs. I want you to raise your hand if you have ever felt overwhelmed in this business. Keep them up, keep your eyes closed. I want you to raise your hand if you've ever felt like you are inadequate in this business and you don't have what it takes to be top 10, elite, or whatever else. Keep them up, don't put them down. Raise your hand if you feel like you don't know any of the answers and you couldn't possibly be as successful as you hope to be. Now I want everybody to open your eyes. Look how many hands are up right now. 97% of the room raised their hands. So let's agree right now, all of us together, that none of us know anything, okay? Everything that I'm going to tell you about today, I had to learn after the day I signed up as a coach. There is no difference between me, between you, between Miguel, or anybody else, okay? All you have to do is agree that right now, you made a decision to be here today for your business, so you're going to make a decision to say, you know what? I'm going to figure it out. And then I'm going to help other people figure it out. Just like Miguel said, we live in a world today where you can Google anything. If you have a cough, it'll tell you have cancer. If you want to find out the answer to something that you heard in social studies and you don't remember it anymore, you can find it. If you want to know how to run your social media like a business, you can find anything. Every top coach makes a YouTube video about something and you can find it. So feel empowered by that. Okay, moving forward quickly. Like I said, you have to be willing to self-evaluate. Knowing that you don't know it all. 9 times out of 10, when I say something on a team call, I hear coaches say, oh, I knew that. Totally knew that. But you have to be willing to say, okay, maybe if this isn't working, I need to look at myself and see what I need to be doing differently. Okay, this is a huge one. Done is always better than perfect. So who sits and stares at their social media after they've just posted something vulnerable? Refresh, 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 refresh. Or who has sat there writing a blog post about Shakeology or what it's done in your life, and you rewrite it, and you delete it, and you walk away, and you have lunch, and you go back, and it's still there, and you haven't hit post? Who does that? I do. Done is always better than perfect in this business. And then being always hungry. There's always going to be someone who's working harder than you. There's always going to be someone staying up till midnight sending that last message. There's always going to be someone doing that post that you were not hungry enough to post. So if you guys want success, you have to keep that hunger going. Okay, here comes the secret. Are you ready? The secret is Success Club! I'm serious. So today, in that video that we watched from corporate, you heard all these numbers about how to be elite, how to be premier, how many coaches you need to sign up, how many ATV points have to go into the elite points to give you these points, and then you get this point. That overwhelms me. I am not someone who needs complexity in my life. So in the beginning of this business, I was stumbling a little bit. I was constantly overanalyzing. I need to have the best picture. I need to have the best post. I need to be proficient in PicMonkey and make the best graphic. I need to know Excel backwards and forwards. And that wasn't my life. I didn't know any of that stuff, so I let that stop me. And I constantly was overthinking everything. But we have a corporate team who has come up with a measure for our business. And it is Success Club, and a lot of us overlook that. We look at it like, yeah, we get points, we get trips, we get all this stuff. This is the key to your success, and it's a meter for your business. Every single month, all I do is make sure I hit Success Club and then teach my team to hit Success Club over and over and over and over. And that is it. You don't need to think about what it means to be a leader. You don't need to think about graphics or having the best pictures. All you need to think about is sharing these products with people, getting them interested in the company, and then teaching them how to do that simple thing. And I'm gonna take you through that today. Success Club also works as sort of a barometer. So if you're not moving as quickly as you would like, then you need to hit higher Success Club points. Say your standard every month is 5 Success Club points. Or when you signed up, it was told to you that that's what you need to hit, so you always just hit that. So of course, your growth is going to be slower than other people's growth. If you want your business to fly forward, and next year maybe your eyes are set on elite top 10, or elite coach, or 15-star diamond, you're going to be needing to hit Success Club 30, 40, and it's possible, you guys. But you are what you believe you are, and you do what you believe you can do. So if every month you say to yourself, I'm gonna hit Success Club 5, of course you're only gonna hit Success Club 5, because you told yourself you were. You have to be looking forward and always raising that standard. Okay, so now that you know the secret, we're gonna talk about how to use your social media outlet that you have chosen. I would recommend only starting with one, and only becoming the master of one. I listen to this podcast called Entrepreneur on Fire. It's my favorite podcast ever. And he always says to go an inch wide and a mile deep. So what that means is, figure out what you know and figure it out good. Become an expert at it. For me, it was Facebook. So when I first signed up, I was like, oh my gosh, my coach has Instagram, she has a blog, she makes YouTube videos, and she's on Facebook, and she has a like page, and then I have to boost this and post that. And it was cloudy in my head. And then when I chose one avenue and stuck with that avenue, everything became better. I only use Facebook. I'm a very wordy person, so Instagram is not my wheelhouse. So don't feel bad if you're not proficient in all of these things that you see other coaches using. Figure out what you're good at. Maybe you're a great speaker. Maybe you love videos, then YouTube is your thing. Maybe you write great posts and you use a lot of words, then Facebook is your thing. Maybe you're a photographer, Instagram is your thing. Whatever it is, choose it and stick with it, and don't stray, because that frays your focus away from what you're really good at. So, who's ever heard the word niche, or niche, or niche? That word annoys me, because it's a loaded word. Everyone's always talking about find your niche, however you say that word. I'm gonna tell you another secret. Your niche is you. There are 1,500 Beachbody coaches in this room. How do you think someone would be attracted to Miguel versus me? His personality, or my personality. Everyone in here has something different to offer, a different face, a different story, different experiences. That's what sets you apart from the person sitting next to you. Not that you're more capable or that you're smarter, that you're you. Your tribe or your team, this is kind of scary, but also kind of cool, will be exactly what you are. They will have your likes, your dislikes, your fears. If you aren't a workout person, you won't attract workout people, and that's okay. You have to learn that that is your gift. You are your tribe. So, what does that mean to our social media? It means if I go to your social media right now and I don't see your face, you gotta change something. Everyone always says, oh, do the Bonnie face, can we do the Bonnie face? That's not by accident. That's a strategy. So when Miguel showed his slides earlier, you saw Mickey Mouse. Who knows what the little lizard is? Who knows what company that is? Shout it out. Geico. When people see your face, you want them to think Beachbody. You want them to think fitness coach, right? What do you think we use during all the winter slow seasons? Your consistency, right? So that when that time rolls around, when that person's in bed thinking about fitness, they think of your face. You are your brand. So ultimately, you will attract people that you post like, right? Not rocket science, but very few people do it. Here's another thing. Does anyone ever feel like, I hear this a lot from my team, you feel like you excel in one area, but you're kind of lacking in another. Like, oh, I can get challengers very easily, but I can't really get coaches. Or I love to get people interested in the business because it's my passion, but challengers I kind of fail at. Does anybody feel like that ever? Yeah? I see a lot of heads nodding. Because you get what you post for, right? So if you are the type of person who only posts about challenges and fitness and working out in the programs, that is amazing. But that's what you're going to attract. You're going to attract challengers. If you post more about the business, then you will attract people who are interested in business. It's really kind of simple, but it's one of those things that's simple but hard to do, right? So you guys need to evaluate your social media, go back home today, do a couple scrolls, and if you don't have one post about coaching, that is the answer to why you are having trouble building